Hello, welcome to Zigmatech Learning Hub. I'll be your instructor for civic education. For this class, we are going to be taking our exercises from the Examguide app. If you don't have the application already installed in your device, I want you to download the app in order to follow along in this class. Examguide is a leading educational app that helps students prepare adequately for various exams like UTME, post-UTME, WAEC, GCE, KCPE, IJMB, JUPEB, KCPE, BECE, SSCE, NCEE, NECO, etc. You can download the app from www.examguide.com or Google Play Store. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be updated on new videos. Ready for today's class? Okay, let's get started. In today's topic, we are going to look at the concept of youth empowerment. Of course, we need to be empowered. Now, specifically by the end of this lesson, you should be able to define youth empowerment and identify and discuss youth empowerment skills, highlight the benefits of youth empowerment, then discuss how to empower the youths, and also discuss the youth empowerment agencies and programs of the government of Nigeria. So various programs they have been rolled out to actually empower the people, the youths in Nigeria. Now, let's start. Now, let's first of all understand the concept of empowerment. What does it mean? Now, to empower is to equip one with skills, with authority, give person authority and resources to solve problems and face challenges of life. So it's all about equipping one with the necessary skills the person needs, the authority the person needs to act, and also the resources to actually solve problems of life and actually face the challenges that lives bring. Also, it involves to educate, to train, and to give support to people. That is what it is, to empower people. Now, let's look at the concept of youth empowerment. Now, youth empowerment is a process of inculcating in the youths the ability, skills, and authority to be productive, to handle challenges of life and that of the society at large. So it's about giving the youths now the ability, the skills that they need, the authority that they need to be productive in life and to handle challenges of their life, the environment, and the society at large. So youths are empowered to face challenges of their life and that of the society. It is also defined as a development program aimed at creating opportunities that will encourage and develop the youths to be morally responsible, self-reliant and not depend on people, and financially productive citizens. So it's about programs that are developed to empower the youth, to equip them with the knowledge, to equip them with the skill, to equip them with the morals, to equip them with even the resources they need to be self-reliant, to be morally responsible, and to be financially stable in the society. Now, let's look at some youth empowerment skills. Some of the skills that can be given to the youth through empowerment. Number one is what we call life coping skills. Now, when you talk about life coping skills, there are skills that enable one to adapt and cope with the environment. It's a natural skill that everyone should have. So it's about making one to be able to fit into the environment one finds his or herself, and how to adapt to all the vicissitudes of life that one will face. Also, we have what we call the manipulative skills. Now, manipulative skills are skills that makes use of hands to do things. And in most cases, in vocational training, we get our manipulative skills. Somebody who is into auto mechanics is into manipulative skills. So it's about using your hand to make things. So those that are involved, even those in bakery, some of them have manipulative skills. So ability to use your hand to fabricate, to make things, involve that manipulative skill. Now, we also have what we call the intellectual skills. Now, the intellectual skill is a skill that boosts reasoning, thinking, and application of knowledge. Now, these intellectual skills are mostly gotten in schools. It boosts your analytical thinking, your logical thinking. So it's about intellectual skill. It's an academic skill. Now, we also have artistic skills. Now, in artistic skills, we have those that are into pure and fine arts, those that can draw, paint, make things, create beautiful things, those that are into aesthetics. And also we have those that are into entertainment. You have the actors, you have the actresses, you have the musicians. These people are into artistic skills. Now, we also have communication skill. In communication skill, we talk about skills involved in the transfer and even receipt of message. So it involves transferring messages, it involves receiving messages, skills involved in enhancing proper means of communication or information dissemination. We also have what we call vocational or entrepreneurial skills. And that is why in youth empowerment, some people open what we call vocational training centers to train people to go into one vocation or the other. We also have decision-making skills. Skills that enable people to take the right decision at every point in time. It's not everybody that knows how to take the best course of action when you have choices. So it's also a skill that enables one to always at every point take the right decision. We also have leadership skills. Youth are empowered with leadership skills because they are the leaders. They should be the leaders. So leadership skills equip one on how to influence people, how to lead people. We have negotiation skill. Negotiation skill, how to bargain. Of course, if you come to conflict, which is the unavoidable aspect of our social life, negotiation skill is important in managing conflict. Even in businesses, we talk about negotiation. In workplaces, we talk about, in every aspect of social relations, we talk about negotiation skill. Then we have motivational and self-actualization skills. Skills that enable you to motivate yourself to work towards actualizing yourself. Because it's not everyone that actualizes his or herself. So those skills that make you to work towards achieving your own set goals. Then we also have interpersonal and human relations skill. Now, these are the skills that promote you to have better relations with other people around you. So these are the youth empowerment skills. Now let's look at benefits of youth empowerment. What are the things, the benefits derived? What are the importance of youth empowerment? One, reduction in crime. When youths are empowered, especially in such a way that they are engaged in productive ventures, of course, it will help and reduce crimes drastically in the society. Because they say an ideal mind is the devil's workshop. So when people are not doing anything, they can engage in all manner of crimes. And that is why youth empowerment is important to help to reduce crime. Because people, the youth, will be engaged and will not indulge in crime. It reduces burden and restiveness. When people are empowered, they will not feel bored. They will not feel idle. They will not feel restless. because they are active, they are involved in fact, coming back home will be that you have retired from the day and you want to rest. Youth empowerment leads to transfer of skills. Skills are transferred from one person to another through the process of teaching and learning, training on one skill or the other. So you see the transfer of knowledge and skills from one person to another, and people acquire skills that are being transferred to them. It provides good leadership. When youths are empowered, given leadership training, of course we have good and better and responsible leaders in our society, because these people have been trained to lead. Then there will be easy governance. When people are empowered, engaged in productive ventures, crimes will reduce and governance becomes easy. The government will not be spending more money to combat crimes and also repair the effects of crime. Government will think of, okay, what are other basic amenities we can do to make this society comfortable, more comfortable for the citizens. Also, so it makes governance easy in the society when youths are empowered. And of course, there will be more revenue to the government because more people are engaged in productive ventures and are paying tax to the government. Also, solving the problems of nature is one of the benefits of youth empowerment. When youths are empowered, it will equip them to solve the problems of nature, because people encounter one problem or the other in their lives. So it helps. It could be financial problems. It could be any other form of problem. So empowerment can help them to solve their problems. Then it brings about self-reliance. Self-reliance on the part of the individual. First, you rely on yourself. You don't actually depend on people. You work for your own, you make living for yourself. On the part of the nation, it is the pathway to self-reliance. Because when people are indulged, we can talk about industrialization. When you boost people entrepreneurial skill, vocational skill, manipulative skill, of course, it will lead to people creating jobs and not jobs, mere job seekers. And with that, industrialization can grow and the nation can become self-reliant nation. It brings about employment. When people are empowered, involved in one productive venture or the other, of course they are automatically employed, and it boosts employability of citizens, especially the youths who are being empowered. It brings about improved skills. People have skills, acquire skills through empowerment, will be able to acquire skill to do one thing or the other, solve their personal problems. Also, it improves standard of living. It brings about improvement in standard of living, in the sense that when people are empowered in such a way that they are engaged in one productive venture, one work, one occupation, one vocation, or the other, and are able to comfortably meet their basic needs, of course, the standard of living of the individual, even the country at large, will improve. It brings about development. When people are engaged, when the youths are adequately engaged, of course, the gross domestic product, the gross national product of the country will improve. Government will have more revenue. So, of course, automatically, the country will improve. It brings about industrialization. That is why in youth empowerment, vocational training, manipulative skill are emphasized. So this will bring about industrialization, because when people learn certain things and begin to do it their own, of course, such can grow into a large-scale industry. So it can boost industrialization. That's the growth of industry in a particular country. There will be improved agriculture. When people are empowered, especially in the area of agriculture, which many youths are neglecting, because they don't see, especially in this part of the country, of the world, in Nigeria, you see that youths, they don't see meaning. they don't see prospect in agriculture. People favor more of white-collar jobs. They don't want to talk about their villages. They don't want to talk about agriculture. Of course, empowerment in the area of agriculture, like giving free fertilizer or subsidize the cost, train people on agriculture through agriculture extension services, soft loans to farmers. Of course, it will improve agricultural development in the country. So these are the benefits and importance and needs for youth empowerment. Now, let's look at the various ways of empowering the youths in our society. There are many ways to empower the youths, both the government and groups and individuals. One, establishment of vocational schools. Now, there are some schools that are vocational schools. Now, this school train people on various vocations like sewing. It could be baking of cake, bakery. It could be designing one thing or the other. So, establishment of vocational schools by the government, individuals, and group will go a long way in empowering the youth, because it's not everybody that wants to go through the stress of formal education, university level. But through vocational school, people can get one skill and start up their means of living. Now, automatic employment for vocational skill. Now, giving automatic employment to people with vocational skill to practice the vocation that they have learned or that have been trained on is another way to empower the youth. When government has such program, or individuals and group, if we have that example, somebody who has learned catering can say, okay, in this hotel, or I work there, it can help to empower the youth. Also, education is number one way of empowering youth, ensuring there is education to the youth. And how can you make education, empower people through education? Can make education to a certain level, secondary level, free. Basic education should be free for people, or government should subsidize it to the barest minimum that people, even the poor, can afford. So it's a surest way of empowering the youth, because in education, people are trained with knowledge, skills, get many trainings through the process of formal education. Now, provision of free start-up capital, equipment to youth with vocational skill. Now, somebody has learned tailoring, may not have the money. You need a sewing machine, you need a shop where you can work, and you have to rent it. Now, free start-up capital is when government or a group gives somebody free capital to buy equipment or provide this equipment to the person. Start-up capital, somebody who's into catering needs equipment. So if you have learned any vocation, the person needs equipment and capital to get this equipment. So provision of this equipment can help in empowering the youth. Now, youth programs by the government like SSCE, we're going to talk about it, UWIN, OES, NDE, etc. can also help to empower the youth. When government roll out programs to help empower the youth, it will of course help to empower the youth. Then cultivation of positive values. Values like hard work, values like self-reliance can help to actually empower the youth. And that is why in civic education, we emphasize values, because we want the young people to have the right values, especially the value of self-reliance, selflessness, hard work is a must-have for every youth. So when we cultivate the right values, we are empowering the youth. Then employment opportunities to the youth, giving them employment opportunities through agencies of government, through private establishment, also creating enabling environment for employment opportunities is a way to empower the youth. Of course, engaging them by marshalling out these policies. Now, we can also empower you by establishing bodies or agencies that will be responsible for youth empowerment. That is, the government should create agencies we're going to talk about it in detail later. Government should create agencies that are responsible primarily to ensure youth empowerment. Now, also incorporation of youth empowerment programs and activities in school curriculum will go a long way to actually empower youth. If we have youth empowerment programs through some subjects, and that is why we now have some trade subjects in school, vocational subjects in school that will help to empower the youth. So inculcation of these things in school curriculum in such a way that anybody that attends formal education in Nigeria or any other country will be automatically empowered and equipped with one vocational skill or the other. Then also creating awareness and enlightenment programs through seminars and lectures on youth empowerment can also be a way to actually empower the youth. Then provision of soft loans for small and medium enterprises, that is SMEs. If you give soft loans to youth, because there are people that have skills, there are people that have learned one skill, one vocation, even trade or the other, but they do not have the money. So providing them with soft loans. Soft loan is small-term loans, can help to actually empower the youth. Then if we provide incentives to make agriculture attractive, incentive like subsidizing agricultural equipment, incentive like education, incentive like soft loans to farmers, it will help to make agriculture attractive, because agriculture remains the most untapped and underharnessed field, economic field in the country, the most, because many youths are neglecting agriculture and shying away from indulging in agricultural activity, involving themselves in agricultural activities. Also, government can empower youth by collaborating with non-governmental organizations, private organizations. Government can work hand in hand with them to see to the empowerment of the youth. Now, let's look at some programs and agencies established to empower the youth. Number one is what we call the National Economic Empowerment and Development Strategy, NECE. It was created in 2003 by the government of Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, this program is defined as a holistic reform agenda designed to lay a solid foundation for sustainable wealth creation. It's one of the aims of the program to create wealth, to reduce poverty, and reducing poverty by empowering the youths, create employment generation, and also value or reorientation. Now, to change our value from the negative value to the positive value, to change our value that one does not need to be patient and work hard in order to make money. So, value reorientation. So, the NEEDS is an empowerment program of the federal government of Nigeria for these reasons. Now, another empowerment program of the government of Nigeria is what we call National Poverty Eradication Program, NECO, that was created in 2001 by the government of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. The aim of the program is poverty eradication by providing even soft-term loans and also vocational training of youth, training youths on vocational trade, then support microcredit, that is soft loans to the youths, and the creation of employment. Now, we also have another agency of government called National Directorate of Employment, which was created in 1989 by the military government of Ibrahim Badamasi, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Now, the aim of this agency, the reason for its creation, is to combat mass unemployment and see to it that we are sufficiently employed in our country, articulating policies aimed at developing work programs with labor-intensive potentials. Another aim is to obtain and maintain data bank on employment and vacancies in the country. Now, it is this agency that keeps data and statistics on the employment and unemployment rate of the country, and also helps to advertise vacancies in the country. Another agency we're going to talk about is National Orientation Agency that was established in 2005. National Orientation Agency was also established by the government of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, the aim of this, it empowers the youth by communicating government policies to the people, giving proper orientation of people about the government policy, promoting patriotism among people, and promoting national unity in the country. Another government program aimed at empowering the youth is the program of the current government as a 2022 government of President Muhammadu Buhari. That's what we call the Empower in 2016. Now, this is a program that aims to reduce unemployment, because people will have to serve the government, work in any area assigned to them by the government and get paid by the government, and then working in those areas, they are actually equipping their skill and employability. So it's to reduce unemployment. Number two is to develop employability of graduates, because at times graduates are faced with the challenge of, after graduating, because they don't have work experience and any skill, they may become they may become unemployable. So this scheme, Empower, aims to boost their employability by giving them the chance or opportunity to work in a particular place. It also aims to boost entrepreneurial and technical skills in graduates. Then we also have the SSCE program, that is Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program of the government of Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Now, this scheme was introduced in 2012. The aims of the program is to enhance employability of graduates. It's like the Empower program. So the graduates are expected to work in the places that are assigned by the government and get paid, and also learn the skill of that working place. Also, they aim to reduce vulnerability of unemployed graduates and to build manpower base towards attaining national development operation. Thank you. Now we are going to our practice session using our exam guide. Now this is our exam guide. We want to practice what we have done, what I have taught you. In this session, we want to practice it using our exam guide, SSCE. Now, this is civic education, the subject we are doing. Now, for the year, we select random. We are not particular about the year. Now, topic of interest, we have selected youth empowerment, and also we have where we have empowerment. So we select it, click OK, and get started. So the questions we're going to answer are basically on this youth empowerment that we did. Now, which of this skill is dominant in the image below, above, or in the figure? Now you can see these people are into tailoring. Now tailoring falls under manipulative skill. They are using their hand to make things. Now the aim of those engaged in the activities capture the image in figure 2 is to 1. Obtain relevant skills, B. Acquire formal knowledge, C. Source for extra income, D. Develop interpersonal skill. Their aim is to actually develop relevant skill that will make them to source for the income, extra income or income. So relevant skill that will make them to earn living. Then one major benefit of youth empowerment is A. Dependence on foreign aid. Of course, we don't empower the youth to depend on foreign aid. Discouragement of patriotism. How can you be discouraging patriotism? We did it. Reduction in crime. If you remember, this is the first one we discussed. So it reduces crime. Now, let's look at, I'm looking for the short ones. Now, the sole aim of youth empowerment is to encourage students to take a vacation job, a vocational job, or vacation job. B, learn to earn money and also how to manage it. C, learn how to behave in a work-related environment. D, give youth financial independence and self-reliance. That is the best answer. Yes, we learn to earn money and how to manage, but the main thing is give you financial independence and self-reliance. And the process of enabling one to perform an action which adds value to his or her life is known as empowerment. Thank you for participating in today's class. You can practice more questions using the Examguide app. The app scores and gives a detailed explanation of all questions at the end of your practice tests. You can learn a particular topic of interest with different modes like study mode, mark mode, and the practice mode. It also has other features that make learning fun. It is a must for all serious students. Download from www.examguide.com if you don't have it yet. See you in the next class. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share the videos to people that benefit from it. Bye.